Well, hi everybody. I'm doing this spur of the moment. I keep wanting to set up a really good, studio presentation and all that, but I just don't have the time. I'm really up to my neck in other things that just keep me occupied, and that's one way you keep people from exploring, knowledge and greatness for themselves. You keep them occupied with other things so they don't have any time to possibly get around to what they really want to do. So, anyway, in lieu of that, I'm making this quick video, and hopefully you'll understand Nikola Tesla's greatest imaginary invention that almost got to us, but just got quashed. We only got half of it. So here we go. So this right here is a poster sold by the Tesla Museum. It's down here in Belgrade, Serbia, right? So the important thing about this poster is the what looks like Wardenclyffe Tower, but it's not. And how do I know that? Well, Wardenclyffe Tower had a generator building at the base, and I kept thinking, why doesn't this have that building? And if you look at old photos, on the other side would be that building, and this would be emanating out of it. Well, they're getting the power from somewhere. Well, the power would come from hydroelectric, like at Niagara Falls, where his system got implemented there to generate power. So that's why you don't see the building, because the power is coming from waterfalls, right? And wherever you have hydroelectric, you generate power. Instead of sending that power down power lines, you'd send it to a Tesla tower, right? That's why. The other reason is this is a blown up copy of the monograph on Tesla's letterhead. This is actually a design that would be sent on his letters from his Tesla company, right? It's a blown up monogram of that. But we'll go through what the poster talks about, which is highly important, okay? But I just pretty much told you the whole point of the video. It's these towers coupled with hydroelectric, right? The power would come from the hydroelectric dams, generate electricity. The electricity would be sent to these towers. The towers will send it through the air to your device. And if you've done your research, Tesla had some sort of video, or had some sort of automobile that was powered by an unknown black box. And my theory is he had some device that was working off of wireless energy that he had set up already somewhere else, and that's how I powered that vehicle, which is kind of like a proof of concept. But you have to retroactively think about all this stuff he'd done and then combine it in order to understand where he was going. So anyway, enough talk. The world system of wireless transmission, right? Okay. So here was his predictors. The interconnection of the existing telegraph exchanges or offices all over the world. So that's the internet. He predicted the internet. The establishment of a secret and non-interferable government telegraph service. That would probably be SIPRNet. The interconnection of all the present telephone exchanges or offices on the globe. That would be your telecom and or your cell phone services. The universal distribution of general news by telegraph or telephone in connection with the press. So that would be your internet again. The establishment of such a worldwide system, The establishment of such a world system of intelligence transmission for exclusive private use. That would probably be, I'm losing my place here. That would probably be onion routers. The Tor system, TOR. 6. The interconnection and operation of all stock tickers of the world. That would probably be sites like E-Trade, right? 7. The establishment of a world system of musical distribution, etc. That would be your iTunes, that would be your Pandora, that would be a bunch of other music services, right? If you wanted to go back in history, that would probably be like Napster or something. 8. The universal registration of time by cheap clocks indicating the hour with astronomical precision and require no attention whatsoever. That would be your atomic clocks. They're more common now. In fact, I'll show you mine real quick. I'm famous for doing this, blocking the camera, walking around in some craziness, and then showing what I'm trying to show. But that's just the way I do things. So, we're looking at my ceiling. That's an atomic clock right there. It's not showing up so well, but it keeps synchronized through signals sent from the National Atomic Clock. So, we're just going down the list, see if we live in the equivalent of what Tesla imagined. Okay, we're at number 9. The world transmission of typed or handwritten characters, letters, checks, etc. That would be email. 10. The establishment of a universal marine service enabling the navigators of all ships to steer perfectly without compass, to determine the exact location, hour, and speed, to prevent collisions and disasters, etc. That would be Global Positioning System, GPS. 11. The inauguration of a system of world printing on land and sea. That might be your printer at home, or your computer printer at home, or you can go to any print shop and stuff in the different towns and universities and stuff. And or that could be 3D printing. 12. The world reproduction of photographic pictures and all kinds of drawings or records. So Nikola Tesla, New York, 1900. The 12th one, the last one there, that could be a scanner. It scans photos. Could be cameras that take photos. Whatever, we got those. So basically, what we don't have is the tower. Okay, so let's take a look closer look at that. Those lines are emanating power and information, right? That's one set of windows. Let's see, how many stories was this? Okay, let's back off. There's the entrance. Second, third, fourth, fifth, windowed fifth, and it probably goes up into the tower. So yeah. So anyway, if you want to get yourself one of these posters, I got this off of eBay, but it's a really nice photo, photographic picture reproduced into just like the last point there. And so anyway, there you go. But you got what I'm trying to say, right? The reason why there isn't a powerhouse coupled with this Wardenclyffe Tower looking tower is because the power would come from hydroelectric. And The last bit, you're like, well, how the heck does power flow through the air? Well, we got the information flowing through the air finally. That's your Wi-Fi. What about power? Well, the only example I have of that is this. You can get these, they're expensive. It's an electric toothbrush with an induction base, right? The way the toothbrush charges is through the base, but there really isn't any connection from the base to the toothbrush. Reason being, you don't want electricity going into your toothbrush and causing problems. This is made by Philips. It's a Sonicare, but the electricity goes in with AC, and somehow, I think it's induction based, but somehow it goes from the base through the glass. The glass is meant to rinse your mouth or whatever. It goes through the glass, right? There's a gap there. It's wireless. Wireless transmission of energy. And then you set your toothbrush in the base, right? And it charges without any direct connection. So it's basically a stunted version of this. So somehow there's a way to send power through the air and have it received at least to drive a vehicle, supposedly. If you do your research, there's allusions to that vehicle. Just don't have any handy right now. So that was the idea. So we're getting bits of it now, the wireless transmission of energy. So just imagine, if you can, this is sort of a brute deal, but each one of those little bulbous salmon egg looking that matrix there, just imagine each one of those was one of these, or a stepped up version, right? And instead of transmitting power through centimeters of space, it was miles. Okay, but that's basically what you got going there, and that's probably the biggest suppressed invention out there of Tesla. We've got half of it. We got the hydroelectric going, right? And it goes through the power company, which sells you power. It goes through the lines. It goes to a power meter, and then you get charged for it. But the big thing was this. It would have been free power that's transmitted worldwide through a network of these towers coupled with hydroelectric. And so we got the hydroelectric, but instead of coupled with towers, it's coupled with the energy company that sells you energy. So that was the biggest, I believe that is the biggest cover-up there is. And I thank you for watching my video. And as far as the whole Edison-Tesla dichotomy, it's basically divide and conquer. You cannot understand one without the other. So I encourage you to study both sides and get a better feel. And don't forget, Henry Ford was also, just like Nikola Tesla, he was a employee of Edison. So Edison was like the icebreaker, and other men came after him and did other things. So it may have been pretty much not a good deal, all that competition, but in the end, don't let that competition from years ago stop your learning about electricity and wireless and DC and AC. Alright, it's Military Industrial Museum, signing out.